Oh, it feels really good. Now this is my dominant hand, and this is the hand that's been doing all the cutting. And that feels really good. Hi everyone, I'm Mary from Joyful and Mary Quilting, and today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to test out the H50 hand massager by Bob and Brad. Bob and Brad are two physical therapists known for their pain relief and for their rehab tools. So as a quilter, they reached out to me because, you know what, let's be honest, quilting can be really tough on our hands. Whether we're rotary cutting, whether we're piecing, maybe when we're long arming, maybe when we're just gripping our rulers, we hold a lot of tension in our hands. So keep in mind, I am not a doctor, I am not a physical therapist, I'm just a quilter. And I'm sharing my experience with hand fatigue after long cutting and sewing sessions. So let's open the box and see what we've got inside. It's got plastic around the outside. Open it up, take out the packaging. We've got instructions, the user manual. We've got a little carrying bag. We've got some gloves. We've got a charging cord. I don't know, some tongs of some sort. And the mitten-shaped hand massager. Feels very sturdy. It's a little squishy right here. And then it's very sturdy here. It's got a place for your thumb and your hand. And then it has a little instruction sheet here. There are 4 buttons, a power on and off. Press 1.5 seconds to turn on or turn off. Massage mode. You can also change the intensity using the change intensity button. And then it also has a heat function that you can turn on or off. It says if it's heating up, the red light is on. So we're going to take off this little instruction cover. So there you can see it. There's the power on and off. There's the intensity, the heat, and the massage button. So these are the things that we need to know. Looks pretty simple, I guess. I can push the power button, but it doesn't come on yet because it hasn't been charged up. I just took it out of the box. So I'm going to go do some cutting. I have some major cutting that I have to get done. I will actually plug this in. It charges with a USB-C charge. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back when we're ready to actually test it out. Okay, this has been charged. It charged for about 3 hours. It can take up to 4 hours if the charging has gone all the way down to nothing. This had a little bit of charge in it, so 3 hours. In the meantime, I was cutting some half square rectangles, lots of them. I cut them, I trimmed them, I pressed them, and now I am ready to use the hand massager. I have not tried it yet. This is the new one. This is the 50. It's their new model that's just come out. So I'm really excited to see what it does. From what I have read and what I've looked into, this massages not just your whole hand, but each finger and your thumb and your palm. Traditional hand massagers usually just massage the whole hand. So I thought that was pretty exciting too. So my husband Terry is behind the camera, but he's going to kind of throw some questions out, anything that I may have forgotten. He read through everything as well. And we'll see if we can't figure out if this is a good product and whether or not we want to use it. It's been plugged in. There's a little charging port right here. Now keep in mind, it does not come with the block. So you have to put your own block on it, or you can plug it into a USB port if you have one without the block. You cannot turn it on while it's plugged in and charging. It also lasts, there's a safety feature, it lasts 15 minutes. You can restart it, but after 15 minutes it shuts off. You don't want to fall asleep with it on and have it continue to massage your hand. You don't want to have any issues. So it does have that safety feature, the automatic shut off. Now it has 4 controls on here. When it is totally charged, the power button flashes all the way up. When you're getting low, it's flashing red. That's less than 9%. As it gets more charged, it turns to orange. Above 51%, then it turns to a flashing green or a breathing green. And once it's completely charged, it's a solid green. So that's how you know. And then it lasts probably about 2 hours using everything on high intensity. So you can kind of figure with your use how long it's going to last before you need to charge it again.
Might want to mention the tongs you mentioned earlier.
Oh. Okay, this is
no
silly.
salad.
This is silly. I thought these were tongs because I've never seen one of these before, but they're not. They are actually a finger massager, and those of you who have been watching it since the very beginning of the video, you probably thought I was an idiot, and I kind of am. But what you do is you can open this up or slide your finger through, and then it massages your finger. You can press down on it a little bit if you want a little bit more of a massage, but you just put your fingers in and you can just go ahead and massage each one of your fingers, your thumb. It actually can go down pretty far. There's quite a bit of room here, so you can massage down a little bit of a ways. Finger massager, not salad tongs. The other thing that they say is you need to take off any jewelry that you have. You don't want to have a watch or a ring on when you are putting your hand in this. They give you these gloves, which I wasn't sure what these were for. Some people use lotion of some sort on their hands. If you are doing that, you don't want to get it inside of your massager. You want to keep that nice and clean. So gloves are provided. They're just plastic gloves. Put one on and then put your hand in the massager if you're using that. So if I go to page 6 on the instruction manual, the M is for the massaging mode, and it gives you 3 different choices when you push down on. Now, when you start up the power button, you have to hold it, press and hold. This is just a short press on any of these buttons. So you'll press this one. If it is the cyan color, that's called the vitality mode, or that's just kind of a basic massage. But then if you press it again, it's going to turn green, and that's a real massage mode. And then if you press it again, then it's going to give you a red steady light, and that's going to be a really good massage. So you've got 3 different ways that your hand is being massaged. You decide which one you need. Then we'll go to the intensity adjustment, and there are just, again, the same thing, cyan, green, and red, and it's just a more intense massage as you increase the level. This button is the heating function, especially if you have cold hands or in the winter or whatever. It increases circulation. All of this does. So this is what's going to help relieve a lot of that pain that you might have, or that uncomfortable fatigue that you might have in your hand and your joints, by using these 3 different settings. Okay, so we are ready to turn it on. We got to put our hand in first, and we want to make sure that our hand is positioned properly. Now, if it's this way with the thumb out, then you can feel there's a place for your thumb and a place for each finger, and I've got my fingers all in where they need to go. So it's ready to go. If you're using your other hand, it's going to be this way. It's going to be upside down. So let's go ahead and turn it on, and you have to hold it like 1.5 seconds, and it defaults to just like your, okay, it's kind of squeezing my hand now. Just like really snug. Oh, it feels really good. It's kind of like snugging my fingers, and then my palm, and then my wrist, and then it holds it. And now it's just kind of back and forth massaging it. Okay, so this is the default one, just your middle of the road. Can you hear it? It's kind of, and it just does a massage, okay? Now I'm going to push this because I'm on the lowest level here. So let's see what the next one is. This is the vitality mode, or just, relaxing my hand. Now I'm on the green level, so it's deflated because it's kind of like it inflates. This is the middle of the road mode, and it's definitely squeezing it a little bit more. This is the relaxation mode. It really gets tight. It feels tight as it's holding onto my hand. Inflates, and then it holds it, and then it deflates. And it just keeps doing that. Okay, then the third mode is the intensive mode. So I imagine this is going to squeeze it pretty good. We'll see. It's red. You can see it's red on here. And now I'm going down to my wrist. It's actually including my wrist. Squeezing on my wrist. My hand it's not squeezing on my fingers right now. It's just on my wrist. Just holding it for a little bit. Now again, I don't have any issues with wrist pain or that sort of thing. I would imagine that if you did, this would feel good, kind of like somebody rubbing your legs if your legs are aching. For me, since I don't have that issue, it feels good, but I don't notice any pain relief or anything like that. But it's mainly my wrist. So the intensity mode is my wrist, which again, if you have those issues, that could feel really good. So now we're going to turn the heat on. I'm going to switch it back to the vitality mode, which is the lowest one. And then within the vitality mode, It's hard to describe. It's squeezing my palm and my fingers now. So it's two totally different feels when you go. This feels really good. It's like I have a glove on that's tight, and it's making my hand and my wrist feel really good. But it's not the tight push that I felt with the highest mode. It's just kind of a. So I've tried all the intensities. It just keeps inflating and deflating and then massaging, which is really nice. I like the lowest intensity. Again, if I had more pain or more issues, I may appreciate the other two massage modes. But right now, I mean, it really is giving me a really nice hand massage. I'll be curious to see how it feels when I take my hand out. Now, let's put a little heat on it while it's in this mode. And I want to see how hot it actually gets. I think they said it gets to 108 degrees, which is going to give you some nice heat. Yep, I can feel the heat starting now. And it's still massaging while it's giving me the heat. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to switch to my other hand, but first I'm going to turn the whole thing off just to pull my hand out. So it deflates. And yeah, I mean, it feels really nice. My hand definitely feels, this hand feels better than this one right now because I've been doing a lot of cutting. But it feels loose and limber kind of, where this one, you know, if I were to do this one now, I would put my hand in upside down. So my thumb goes here, and then I'm gonna push that, you hold it 1.5 seconds. And then you can do it this way or this way, it doesn't matter. Now this is my dominant hand, and this is the hand that's been doing all the cutting. And that feels really good. Now the squeeze on this one feels good. It feels, the other one it just didn't seem to matter because I didn't really have any issues with it, but it feels good afterwards. This feels really good on this hand, on my right hand, because I use it all the time. You know, that's what my rotary cutter is with my right hand. That's when, you know, I do any of my trimming. I'm using my right hand pushing on that cutter. I do use my left hand when I hold my ruler, and that's where I get some of that tired feeling in my fingers. This feels really good on my right hand, so I can actually tell my right hand is definitely the one that needs a massage. I can feel the heat now coming out, and it's still, I love the way it squeezes each one of my fingers individually. I mean, no offense to this, but this feels way better. And it does, it just holds it. It kind of squeezes it and holds it. And now I'm feeling the heat come out in the palm of my hand. So that's where it's coming from, in the palm, based on the way my hand is positioned in here.
That'll be great this winter when you're shoveling snow.
Yes. When I'm out shoveling snow and then come back in again, very, very nice. Or when I'm out sledding or skiing too, you know. It does feel really nice. It feels good. Now, the heat intensity actually just is on and off. So it's the temperature, the 108 degrees or whatever it is just steady. That's what it is. So I'm going to turn the heat off, and I'm going to try the higher intensity on my right hand because that's the one, again, that I use most often. So I've turned it up to the middle intensity right now, the middle massage mode. Oh, actually, I've got it on the high intensity right now. And I'm going to move this to the high intensity. So I've got both on high. When you put it on the high intensity, it defaults to the high on the intensity button. See, and now it works my wrist. It does not do that to this extent when you're using the lower massage mode. It's holding it on my wrist. And it just kind of squeezes it, and then it lets it go. It's not squeezing my fingers right now. It's just squeezing my wrist. So that's the difference. It's just my wrist. So when I do the lower intensity, the massager squeezes my fingers. As I move up, it's working more on my hand, on my palm, and then on my wrist. Okay, I'm going to shut it off. I like it. I really think that if you have any kind of issues, if you enjoy using a hand massager, something like this, a lot of people use these and these work, but if you really want something that massages your hand in a variety of ways depending on the issues you're having, as quilters, crafters, quilters, sewists, we do a lot of handwork and we don't usually do much to keep our hands from getting sore until they get sore. I definitely feel like my hands and my fingers have loosened up from what I've done. I feel like it's, again, if I did a lot of work, if I did a lot of cutting, a lot of trimming, the more I did, the more tired my hands became, the more I would appreciate what happens when you use this particular hand massager. So, thumbs up. Thanks, Bob and Brad. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to check this out. If you want to extend the time that you quilt, if you are having any kind of hand issues and you stop quilting because you need to deal with that, give this a try. Or maybe you just want to pamper yourself a little bit. This is something that will help do that. And be sure to use the promo code BobBradHand to save 10% on your order. I am always trying to be joyful, but I will always be merry. Thanks so much for joining me.